Hi beautiful souls, welcome back to my channel Miracle Rhythms 1111. My name is Ritika and I'm here to bring you your well, this one is I've pre-pulled the cards. As you can see, all my equipment is conking off, so I guess with the energies, I don't know, but this is for the full moon that is coming up in Aries on the 24th. And full moons are about culminations, and it is in Aries, a very fiery sign. So what that's doing for a lot of us is, and I usually don't do moon cycle videos, but I figured this one might be a good one to do because it's really pushing us, depending on whatever house Aries falls in your birth chart. But nonetheless, it's a fiery sign, and the moon is about emotions. So it is a little bit conflicted there in terms of which direction to go, right? And with the energies that I have on the board, it kind of just takes that message forward. Yeah, so before I start, I just want to say thank you to all of you for always showing me your love and support on my journey, and thank you for continuously watching my videos and letting me know how I'm doing. So and that is why, even though I've had so much on my plate and I haven't been able to do my dailies and things like that, I still decided that it was important for me to talk about at least the full moon, which is really kind of propelling us on our path forward, and the twin flame soulmate video every week that you like to watch. So at the bottom of the deck here by John Holland, Psychic Tarot for the Heart, I pulled cards for the head space, heart space, spiritually, where you're at, where we're all at for the collective, and also in the 3D, what kind of energies we're taking on in the 3D to make that happen. And career or love is what I'm seeing on the board here. But nonetheless, at the bottom of the deck, we have the Five of Swords energy, which is win or lose, which is the overall energy for this reading. It seems this is a very in this deck, it definitely talks about is there a need, really kind of thinking about whether there is a need to win or lose in this situation. Is it a lose-lose, whatever the situation is in your life? Is it a lose-lose, or am I taking something back from this one-upmanship? You know, what am I fighting really? Am I fighting myself, or am I fighting the circumstances, or am I fighting a situation? Do I have all the knowledge to fight, or am I just fighting to win my way up? Like, even it's a very shallow victory. Even if you get a victory with the Five of Swords, it's an extremely shallow victory. That's just what it is. Is there any need for me to do that? I feel like that's where everyone is going, and especially if you've seen my last week's video where I've talked about this, is because there is the balance of the masculine and the feminine that's actually happening within each of us. Even if it's going to outwardly project, it's going to have to happen first within yourself. Right, and that's what I'm seeing here as well, and that's bound to bring up certain old triggers or situations that make you feel like you're being triggered towards something, and that's what this win or lose is. It's triggering you because it's coming up to the surface to release whatever that is, and it's making you see if this is even a win-win or a win-lose or a lose-lose. What is this situation? Am I just going for the shallow victory here? Is there a need for a fight, first of all? Is there a need for one-upmanship here? So that's what that is, but I've spent a lot of time talking about that. I don't want to make these videos too long, and that's why I pre-pulled the cards. But here in the mind space, this this full moon, what's happening here is that we're wanting to move on from something that's not been serving us. You know, realizing that we need to get to pastures where things are a little bit easier for us to do, whether that's in a relationship or in your career or in any sort of situation in your life. There is a need to move on, and you're realizing that very much in your mind space, very much in your thoughts, everyday thoughts, right? And clarifying that, we had the Ten of Wands in the reverse and the Magician card. So this is a clear realization that I need to move away from something and lay some weight down, the weight that I have been carrying for so long that has really not been serving me. I need to lay that weight down to manifest whatever it is that I want in my life. And it's possible that, you know, this you've now kind of mastered the art of using all the tools to manifest whatever it is that you want to manifest in your life, right? And that's what the Magician is talking about. You have the power to create whatever it is that you want in your life, and you're in the mind, you're beginning to realize that, right? And you're realizing that I may need to move on from something that might be a little bit painful, but I'm laying the weight down. I'm letting the burden go. I don't want to carry this burden anymore, right? In the mind space, further, we also have a past life connection that is playing up, a realization that there may be karma from previous lifetimes that needs to be balanced out here. And that is, I feel like for a lot of us, that is, this could be in any area of your life, a past life relationship where you feel like there may be some sort of karma that still needs to be balanced in a relationship or a situation. And the reason why I have the romance angels here is because a lot of you do watch my videos for relationships, and I want to be able to let you take back whatever part of this reading you want to take back, whether it's in a relationship or whether it's in career as well, because I do see a lot of wands and I do see a lot of cups as well. So that tells me this is about yes, love, self-love, and love for another, self-love, because we do have the Two of Cups and we have the Ace of Cups here as well. So yes, love for another, but finding that through self-love. And also wands are about career, but wands are also about spirituality. So there seems to be like a spiritual undertone through the understanding, for the understanding of love, ultimately that affects the career, but coming through a spiritual space, because as the reading moves on, it goes from wands to cups. But nonetheless, this is a past life relationship, right? And we also have the passion card that of course stirs up a lot of passion. It really kind of puts you in your head and makes you think about it. Because there seems to be there is a realization now that there is a past life connection that's probably propelling you to kind of move away. And it doesn't really have to be relationships, it can be moving away from habits and energies just around you that that no longer serve you, because there is a realization of a path forward, because you are the magician. You're coming in as the magician, really wanting to manifest what it is that you want to manifest in your life. But clarifying these cards, for the past life, we had the Eight of Wands. This is a very spiritual card to me. This is fast forward movement in your spiritual progress. Right? And it could be through a past life relationship that you've realized is a past life relationship that is propelling you in that direction. This is also wanting to kind of move forward swiftly in whatever it is that you're planning. in your physical environment. That could be your work, your career, really wanting to kind of propel forward, but I feel like it is something that is karmic from another lifetime that is propelling you to do that. This is forward movement. This is about communication as well. So in your mind, thinking about wanting to communicate this understanding of this may be a past life relationship, or we may have known each other before, or however that plays out in your life. This can be in a work situation as well, right? We're always building and releasing karma. That's just the cycle. That's the wheel of fortune, and we're continuously doing that. And for it to come up in your mind space from time to time in your life is not unheard of, because that's really what the soul is on a journey of, right? And then we have the Ace of Swords clarifying the Passion card. So this is some sort of a truth. This is some sort of a, well, the Eight of Wands in this deck also talks about a journey and falling on top of the past life relationship. This is a journey. This journey. I think there is a realization of this journey for those of you who are watching this for a soulmate, twin flame sort of a relationship dynamic. Then this is an understanding in the mind, in the physical mind, that you know, there is this is a journey that we're already on, right? And the truth is there. This is, in this deck, it talks about victory. It's a sense of victory. Yes, the sense of realizing that that is the truth. There's no more running away from the truth, right? In fact, we have the Seven of Swords, which is the running away card for me, sneaking away from something, but it's in reverse, so not wanting to do that. But nonetheless, this is about the truth, this passion, realizing and coming to the understanding of why there is this kind of passion that I have towards whatever it is that I'm trying to build, because it may be a past life connection, and this is some sort of a journey that I'm on to you know, to find my own truth. And that is the truth, right? And then we have the heart space. Moving on to the heart space, we have rest and reconsider, which is the Nine of Wands in this deck. The Nine of Wands is about having your guards up, or someone having their guards up, and this is because I feel like in the heart space this week there is a whole lot of healing that is taking place, because we also have the Four of Swords here, which is a card of healing, which is about laying down your thoughts, and swords are about thoughts. So it is about kind of laying down your thoughts and just moving towards a state of healing, resting, reconsidering something, going into a meditative sort of, this to me is like the minor arcana of the Hermit sometimes, because this is just about releasing that pressure and kind of, and with the rest and reconsider in this deck, it talks about resting and reconsidering, right? Because you're at the 9, and the 9 is just short of the 10. So at the 9, you're probably tired, you're probably exhausted with whatever the situation is, and you may feel in your heart that I really need to kind of sit back and relax a little bit and kind of really go within and think about it, right? Clarifying that, we have the freedom. So this is definitely regarding some sort of a spiritual foundation, because the Four of Wands is in this deck, it talks about freedom, but when it's in the reverse, it talks about being captivated, feeling stuck, or feeling like there is no foundation, or wanting a break. Take it how it resonates. Wanting a break in some sort of a foundation, because this is the Four of Wands. It is the 1111 card. It talks about spiritual foundation as well, right? Being a little disbalanced spiritually in your foundation here, and needing to kind of really think about this, because this can also be a break that in a foundation, in this wanting this foundation, but finding that there is a break in this foundation, and really wanting to come out of, just with the Six of Cups in reverse here, wanting to really kind of come out of nostalgia and just thinking about what went down in the past, right? Or thinking about what didn't go down well in the past, needing to kind of come out of that and reconsidering. I do find the heart space a little conflicted, and I do find that in the heart space, because we also have the Seven of Swords in reverse, so there has been sneaky behavior. Someone's tried to sneak away. There's been lies, deception. Take it how it resonates, either with yourself or with another person. That kind of behavior has been in the situation, and wanting to kind of come out of that space, not wanting to run, not wanting to cheat anymore. So I feel like this is a realization that the foundation has crumbled, because because the focus has been on the past, what didn't go down well in the past for this foundation not build. But not wanting to repeat that, if that's got something to do with someone sneaking away, or that kind of energy. So not wanting to do that, wanting to come out of it further with the romance angels here in the heart space. We also have love yourself first. So this is something that I have been talking about. This is what the energy is. We are needing to really find ourselves in this situation, right? Whatever this situation is, whatever you're going through in your life right now, and release your ex. So there is some sort of ex energy that needs to be released if it's two people involved. And if it's a relationship, then this could be literally someone needing to release an ex. Right, in the heart space, and that is what I feel like is creating this sense of, I have the time right now, and I do need to kind of step back and think about all of this stuff and kind of build from that space, right? We have love yourself first and release your ex. So this doesn't literally have to be releasing an ex as well. For those of you who that doesn't apply to, this can literally also just be releasing ex energy, old energy, things that no longer serve you with the moving on card. And I really feel like the heart and head are slowly coming into the same space, into an understanding that is at the same level. I feel like a few weeks down the road, I'm going to have to use 2 tarot decks and see what kind, if our heart is mirroring our mind or not. I feel like that's where the energies are moving to. But clarifying these cards, we have the Knight of Cups in upright, and I know that's a very exciting card, an offer coming in. Yes, it could be, because in the 3D space, we have some of that making the effort sort of energy. But what's going on here is, I feel like, because in this deck, it really, this Knight of Cups is really very, very slow. He's probably slower than the Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, he has no horse here. He's sitting there looking at his cup and filling his own cup up first. So, and that is what is, and this card is clarifying the love yourself first. And that, to me, is really about filling up your own cup first. Realizing that if I need to come forward with a cup of love, or any sort of offer that is connected to your emotional space, I'm going to have to fill that up first. And in this deck, it talks about spirituality. So that's reiterating the sense that I was getting with my spread, that it is about, this opening yourself up to that spiritual space, to realize what it is within yourself that you can achieve in your lifetime, right? What it is that you can do for yourself and how you can grow and propel forward because of all of these realizations that you've had, right? Which is going to make you romantically attractive as well. So for those of you who've been doing your work, this is just asking you to keep continuing on that path, to keep filling your cup of love so that it's full enough when, if it's a relationship, when you're able to offer it to someone else, it's full enough You don't want to offer a half-hearted cup, right? But releasing your ex, we also have the Angel of Courage. We have the Strength card in reverse. So this is literally Spirit telling you have the strength, because someone doesn't have the courage or the strength to release past energy, whatever that is, right? It doesn't really have to be a person, but it could be a behavior. It could be a situation that keeps, bringing you to your space of feeling burdened, right? That you're wanting to. But I feel like in your mind, you're recognizing that and you're finally moving on. But that's what it is. But this could definitely be, for some of you, an offer coming in, and we'll talk about that in a bit here. I have too many cards on the board here. But in the spiritual space now, let's just go in here. Spiritually, you're manifesting, and we did have the Magician card before as well. So spiritually, your mind is getting aligned with your spiritual space, because we have the Magician card here, and mirroring that in your mind space, we did have the Magician card. It's kind of walking away from something in your mind, realizing that you need to walk away from something to manifest something that you really truly desire in your life. And this is magic. In this deck, this is literally magic, manifesting. So spiritually, you have realized in the spiritual space, you have an understanding that that you are the magician, you are the master manifester of your life, and you can manifest whatever it is that you want. Clarifying that, we have the Seven of Cups and the High Priestess. So I'm getting two things here. Spiritually, the spiritual work that you've been doing, and or if you're just coming to a realization of that, you do realize that you have all these options, you have all these choices. It does talk about choices in this deck. You have all these options of manifesting whatever it is that you want, right? All you have to do is listen to your intuition. And this is also being confused about possibly a feminine energy here who's very High Priestess-like. That could be as well, feeling confused about that and wanting to manifest that. But this is you really kind of getting in your intuitive space and manifesting whatever it is that you want in your life. There could be confusion around that manifestation, because it's happening in the 5D, and the thing is, when it happens in the 5D, it actually happens internally at your soul level, and when it happens at the soul level, you can project it out into your life and actually make it happen. That's just what the magician does, right? The 4 tools that he has is the wand, which is your actions and your spirituality, your passion, your swords, which is communication, swords, which is communication, cups, which is your emotions, and also the pentacles, which you need in the whatever materially in the earthly realm that you need to make your dreams a reality. And when you know how to use these 4 tools, you can manifest anything it is that you want in your life, right? So there is a little bit of confusion around this understanding of how to manifest what it is that you want to manifest. But you are listening to your intuition, and that is why I feel like in the physical space, in your mind, you're being able to recognize what it is that you have to move on from to create what it is that you want, and understanding that you may need to do that from a place of spirituality, and letting the answers come to you from within, because you've looked enough for the answers outside. That's just what it is, right? This could be manifesting a High Priestess in your life as well. Someone who's very intuitive, someone who's very, someone who's kind of mystical and secretive as well. The High Priestess is the holder of secrets. But in this deck, it talks about power. So really kind of understanding your power through your spirituality, and understanding that there's magic there. There's something that you can really tap into and create magic. And then we have the very soon card in the Romance Angels here, and clarifying that is the Six of Swords, which talks about resolution in this deck. So I feel like in your spiritual space here, your intuition is nudging you to make a decision. And this may not be a decision that you need to bring to another person. This may be a decision that you need to make for yourself right now, right? Really knowing what you want, because the universe is saying it's coming to you. It is coming to you, so it is a time. And I feel like in the spiritual space, you're probably being nudged to make some decisions and to find a way to get out of troubled waters, because that's what the Six of Swords is, getting out of troubled waters and finding calmer ground, finding calmer waters where your boat can move swiftly. It's also about travel. The Six of Swords sometimes can talk about travel as well. In fact, it is a travel card. It is someone who's getting in their boat and leaving with all their belongings and their people. So it is about movement and travel as well. So this kind of can talk about, literally about traveling, making a decision about traveling somewhere to see someone, or just for a meeting or whatever, to set things straight and come to a place where there is a resolution, a calmer state of being between two people. And the reason why I keep saying two people here, even though this is just, the full moon energies, is because we have a lot of twos on the board that can talk about decisions, but we have Two of Cups and Two of Pentacles, which is about finding balance in a relationship, right? If I look at both those cards. But this is about, spiritually, you are being nudged through this full moon to really kind of reflect, go within, and understand what it is that you want, because it is coming to you sooner than later. And coming to that decision of what it is that you want. How do you want to get to this resolution, if this is a resolution that you want in your life with another person? So how are you wanting to get to that resolution? Right? And we have the Ace of Swords, which does talk about speaking your truth as well, and that is in your mind space, right? So I feel like you are thinking about maybe bringing some sort of a truth to someone, as harsh as it may be, but also the sword is there to be able to cut things out in your life. But most of the swords in this reading are facing downwards, so I feel like you are in a state where you're thinking. You're not in a place where you're picking up your sword and actually rushing forward and doing things, but kind of really reflecting on everything that you're processing, because you're processing a lot. So that's what's happening here. In the physical 3D, we have some great energies, and that's why I was saying, it's about literally taking action. So you've done the inner work to the point where you've realized a connection in your life. I mean, I can't read the Two of Cups in any other way, no matter what deck it is. It is about a connection. It is about, so you're trusting. This is the Fool. This is a new beginning. But let me tell you something about the Fool. This is an energy that is of a new start, but this is an energy of taking that new start from a place of not needing to know all of the answers, just trusting in the divine. And that is why this card is called Trust, and jumping, taking that leap of faith and moving towards something that just, feels right, feels like the right thing to do, right? Without knowing the answers, believing in a divine plan, and just knowing that when you take the leap off that cliff, you're going to land safely. It's a risk, taking a chance. That's the kind of energy that I'm getting for you with this full moon, which is pretty great, just really kind of surrendering, trusting the situation and taking a leap of faith. And I feel like that may have something to do with a relationship or a partnership with someone where you do feel like there may be a very strong bond or a connection, and we did have the past life. So you really do feel like, something here is possibly meant to be. This is all the work that you've done through the eclipse season over the last 3 or 4 months, kind of coming to this realization and understanding of what this is, how you want to move forward, because clarifying the Fool is the Fool again. So yeah, you're really wanting to take that in the physical 3D. This full moon is going to want you to, this is overall energies, is in the 3D, want you to kind of take a leap of faith and just move towards some sort of a partnership or a coming together of two people, because you've been filling your cup up, right? In your heart space as well, you've been healing. And you may feel like it may be the time to take that leap of faith and take a chance on some sort of a coming together of two people, a partnership of sorts. You're ready to possibly bring that offer cup, because we have here the honeymoon in the romance angels, engagement, and make the effort. So we'll go one at a time. Sorry, I have so many allergies from this fall season. It's just terrible in Calgary here with allergies. So pardon me. But here we have the honeymoon card, which talks about, yes, retreating. It can be, just you taking, and we did have the travel card. So you're wanting to travel to someone, wanting someone to travel to you, wanting, to holiday with someone together. But this can also be just wanting to holiday yourself. But I feel like this is wanting to holiday with someone else, because here we have it, the Two of Pentacles, which recently to me in all my readings has been about balancing the yin and the yang, balancing the masculine and the feminine inside of yourself. If you've been following my Twin Flame Soulmate videos, then I have been talking about balancing the internal masculine feminine for the balance between the masculine and feminine in the external as well. And that is the phase that we are going through, right? That is the union energy that we're facing. But this is an individual read. This is for you, what you can expect over the moon cycle that's coming up right now, the full moon in Aries. You have a lot of drive, and that is going to give you a lot of energy. This full moon in Aries is going to give you a lot of energy to push forward in whatever it is that you're trying to achieve and push forward in, right? But you've got this understanding that you can tap into another space within yourself, which is your higher self, to be able to give you the right kind of direction on which way to move, how to make this happen. Just listen to that, right? And it is, I feel like you're on the right path, and it's going to take you there, right? There may be a little bit of iffiness still, but I feel like that's at the end, because you are wanting to take this trip with someone, wanting to spend some time with someone else, right? It's in order to kind of balance out the energies. And really, this could also be you not being able to, in the physical 3D, spend time with someone that you want to, because there may be an involvement of another person. Although I don't see any 3 cards here. It's really in your mind right now about you and another person, or just you. That's just the energies that I'm getting. So wanting to spend that time and balance this stuff out, whatever this balance is, because your relationship is, whatever this situation is, it is ascending to a higher level, whether you can see it in the 3D or not. But this is in the 3D space. So I feel like this full moon is going to give you a realization. You're going to come into a realization that things have proceeded in some way to a higher level of commitment, right? A higher level of commitment. This is an internal understanding, because you've been going through tests. That's what I've been saying, right? Like with the 5 of Wands here, you have 2 5s on the board as well. So changes are happening. A lot of aces, 1111, 111, whatever you want to call that, right? the divine is with you on this. We have the Five of Wands in reverse. This is definitely coming out of tests and conflict, conflicted time. Realizing that you have come out of a conflicted time. If this is in a relationship, in the physical 3D, you're going to realize that some sort of conflict, some sort of, this could also be just an energy shift, that you're realizing that there is no fight, there is no conflict anymore, because overall you're thinking about that. What am I gaining out of this fight? So that, and coming out of this fight is going to help with ascending, taking this relationship to a next level of commitment. No need to fight there, because and you're also coming into understanding that you cannot, with the Four of Pentacles, you just cannot hold on to things anymore. This is the surrender energy that I've been talking about. Wanting to surrender a little bit, wanting to open up. It's possible that you want to open up and speak with someone right now and talk about this stuff that, it's been challenging. But this is also, and this is also about letting go of control when it's in the reverse. When it's upright, you're really holding on and trying to control the situation. But know that, in the physical 3D, the more you let go of that control and the more you come to an understanding that there is balance that is taking place in the situation, realizations are there whether you see it or not. And the conflicts are ending, and you really do this work of understanding that there is no need for this fight, right? Like, what am I gaining from this fight? If that's your overall energy, then I feel like you're really going to push forward this week. In whatever situation it is in your life that you're concentrating on, you will be able to push forward and take things to the next level of commitment there, because you'll end that conflict, that confusion, that drama that's been going on, whether it's internal or external. This could be, spiritual drama as well, not understanding whatever it is that is coming to you, where that's coming from. And the final card here we have is make the effort. So that is why I was getting this to be very much about a relationship. But this can be about self-love as well. Make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps that you're guided to take. So this is your intuition again, in the spiritual 3D, and in the spiritual space, kind of understanding that you need to make the effort that your higher self is asking you to, because that's just what it is. And for those of you who are waiting on this could definitely come in. I really like to see kind of knights and pages on my board to see for communication, but we do have the Eight of Wands, so someone's really thinking about communicating. This could be you or someone else, but this is about the efforts that someone needs to make towards it, that they're being pushed and guided to take, right? Making those efforts. And people, this in the physical 3D can also be about efforts that you need to make on yourself. By filling up your own cup of love. This is self-love, working on yourself. The Ace of Cups. Yes, this is about a new emotional journey. This is about new love. Whatever this is feels like a new feeling. It's not very old. Like, you could have, if it's another person, you could have known this person for a very long time. But this is like a new feeling all of a sudden, right? That could be it. And this could be you could be making an effort on yourself and starting on this new journey, this new journey that really kind of emotionally fulfills you, which gives you that self-love, right? And this could definitely be love for someone else as well. At the bottom of the Romance Angels deck, we have It's Safe for You to Love. So this is like literally the entire reading summed up. And it's saying, open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. You realize that you deserve this love. Like, you not even deserve. You're coming to an understanding that, depending on your past, coming to an understanding that it's safe here. and this is the universe telling you that too, that it is safe here. This relationship, 3944, as I said that, but this relationship is safe, or this situation is safe for me to dive into. And I think that's why in the physical 3D space, you are taking a leap of faith with the Fool card here, with surrender, moving towards the unknown, because you also have the Six of Swords here, and the Six of Swords also talks about moving towards the unknown in search of calmer waters, where you will feel resolved and at peace and that kind of stuff, right? So it is safe for you to love here, right? There could be a wedding that's involved in the situation, but this is you realizing and coming to an understanding that this is something that's meant to be. In whatever way it's meant to be, I'm surrendering to the outcome, but something is meant to be here, and it is safe for me to move forward here, because clarifying that at the bottom of the tarot deck here, we have the Ten of Pentacles. So this is a very strong foundation. This is long-term strong foundation, right? This is support. This is support for a lifetime. This is support for many lifetimes, right? So you are understanding that there is support here, and that it is safe for you to move forward in whatever this direction is, because it is going to bring you to your complete abundance with the Ten of Pentacles in the physical reality, is what this is. Whether that's finding a new project that you're working on, whether that is finding a new relationship that you're working on, whatever this situation is, you need to come from a place of an open heart, and I think you're already doing that, right? Like, even if it's about finding self-love. Now, I have the only cards that I didn't pull were the pre-pull were the Angel Therapy cards by Doreen Virtue. And by the way, the tarot deck that I used was the Angel Tarot by Jane Wallace, for those of you who want to know. But we have this here, the Angel Therapy, to just to see what how the universe is helping us through this situation, what they want us to know, right? Where they got our back, you know, in whatever this situation is. So how are you helping us through this situation? How are you helping through this full moon? So we have a few cards here. Books. So yeah, researching, are we? If you're being pulled towards researching something, books. Your life purpose involves writing, reading, editing, or selling spiritually based books. So if you're being pushed to research something on the internet, or just you know, read up about things, and know that you will find things there, because the universe is pushing you in that direction. So if there's something that you're being compelled to, don't put it off. Like, look through it. You may find a lot of answers there, because I guess the universe is trying to get to you through knowledge, through books and the internet, and wherever you find wisdom and knowledge, right, in the physical world. So that's one. We also have Goddess. So this is what I've been talking about, getting in your feminine energy, surrendering to the outcome, and really getting in the place of receiving, because you receive from your feminine energy. Doesn't matter what gender you're born, you know, what gender you are in your human physical body, you have the masculine and the feminine, and this is the feminine. You receive from the space of your feminine, and this is about getting in that space and finding your own goddess nature, right? It says, express your divine feminine energy, embracing its magical intuition and nurturing qualities. Your intuition, if you really want to work through your intuition to get to what are the steps you need to take, you really need to listen to your intuition as well. And I feel like you will. This full moon will kick that in, right? The moon is about illusions. The moon is about the mystical. The moon is our connection to that side, right? The sun throws light on real life situations, and the moon kind of pushes us to go towards the darkness, yes, face our fears, yes, but also the unknown. it's sometimes, the right thing to do is go towards the unknown. 4444, as I said that on the board. But nonetheless, we also have release here. So this is your walking away energy. This is what your intuition is kicking in and telling you to do. What is it that doesn't serve you anymore? A thought process, possibly the past, being stuck in the past. What is it that you need to release that is stopping you from moving towards your own cup of love, right? Work with Archangel Michael to let go of what no longer serves you or your purpose. So this is how the universe is helping you. At the bottom of the deck, we have cut your cords. Ouch, that's kind of harsh, right? The universe asking you to just, okay, it's time. Freaking cut those cords. So it says, ask Archangel Michael to clear any old attachments to fear that stem from past relationships, freeing you from destructive patterns. That's what I'm getting very strongly. It's the universe asking you, this is the universe, this full moon, the universe is nudging you to really go within and think what you have gained from this situation or whatever it is in your life that you're currently focusing on. How are you winning or losing in this situation? It may be time to take a leap of faith, but there are things that you need to kind of release and put an end to, or put it in a place where it does not stop your own, hinder your own forward movement. That's just what I'm getting from this reading, guys. I mean, it's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful reading. I mean, use these energies well. I hope you can. We have the Ace of Cups, we have the Two of Cups, we have the Ace of Swords. I mean, we have the Six of Swords. For those of you who are looking for resolutions, those are being thought of. There is, if you're looking at connections, everything is coming upright. Universe is saying it's safe. Just kind of move away from fear. If fear is holding you back from moving forward towards your own path, cut that fear. You got to face it. You got to move forward, right? Like, there are no blockages that I see here except for not having the courage. That's the only thing that can stop you this this full moon from and full moons are about culminations. They are about closing up old chapters that no longer serve you. That could mean not just releasing, let's say you guys are thinking about reshaping the dynamics of a relationship. That's just what it is. I mean, you may not have to release the relationship. You may have to change the dynamics, put in some boundaries, let go of some old boundaries, or whatever it is to kind of change and shift the energies. It's just about learning how to use those energies. That's just what it is, right? And that's pretty great. I really wanted to see what the full moon in Aries is going to do. See where it falls in your birth chart. I could give you that information if you want to reach out to me for a personal reading. I could do that for you as well. Like for me, it falls in my second house of income. And I really see this playing out like I am needing to push through in that area of my life right now. So it would be a different area for everyone else, right? Where do you need to push through? Just push through, right? So there you have it. This is your full moon reading. This week I'm going to do a full moon reading. Consider this your general reading. It's got to do something with the relationship as well for those of you who are thinking, and it's pretty great. Things are, even if they don't seem like it, they are moving towards in the right direction. So nonetheless, thank you very much for watching. Thank you for stopping by. I love you all. I hope that I'll see you back in my next videos as well. I know I will. Thank you again to all of you who reach out to me through email and through messages and let me know what's going on, and let me know that these resonated with you. I love you all for doing that. It just keeps telling me that it makes me want to believe in what I'm doing more and more every day. So thank you. I have some ideas. It's just going to take some time, and I'll build this into something that'll be exciting for all of you. But nonetheless, thank you for stopping by. I love you all. I will see you back. Do watch the other video if you're watching this for Twin Flame Soulmates. Just watch the other video which I'm about to do and see where that takes us this upcoming week. Thank you again. I love you all. Bye bye.